to Live Now from Fox. I'm Giacomo Luca. Thanks for joining us as we come back here at 7:42 now on the East Coast, 4:42 over on the West Coast. We're learning in this developing story this morning that the Biden administration's waiving dozens of federal laws to build a border wall in South Texas. It's the first time the administration's used this type of executive power.
Man, I just can't believe it. I don't believe this. You know what happened? Now, the President Biden has just signed an executive order. I said an executive order to start rebuilding the wall. You know, the same wall that he stopped them from building years ago that we could have been had done, that we already paid for. Anyway, he signed an executive agreement to start rebuilding the wall again. But it's only a small portion of the wall. But what I don't understand, if you had the power, okay, the power and the will to do this, why wasn't this done sooner? Why wasn't this done sooner? We could have been shut down the wall. We could have been shut down the border, slowed the influx down, all this other good stuff. But now, instead of that, we caught with a big mess, and we paying for a whole lot of stuff for migrants, such as food, housing, jobs, medical, schooling, you name it. Man, they getting everything right now. So my question is, if we could easily do something like this, like, just wake up and just sign an order. Why wasn't this done before? And I'm no expert, but all this stuff we giving the migrants cost a whole lot of money. I said a whole lot of money. And signing an executive order, well, it don't cost nothing. You hear me? It don't cost nothing. So why wasn't this done before? So now, Mr. Biden, you got a chance to turn this around. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Fox News' Gary Baumgarten has more on this.
It's a rare move for the Biden administration, the White House waiving 26 federal laws that will allow for border wall construction in South Texas. The Department of Homeland Security announcing on Wednesday that Starr County is seeing a surge of migrants across the border illegally. This fiscal year alone, 245,000 people illegally crossed through the region, according to government data. In a statement, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas said, quote, there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads in the vicinity of the border of the United States.
The president has done more to secure the border and to deal with this issue.
All of this comes as illegal entries remain high across the entire southern border. Customs and Border Protection data shows more than 2.8 million migrant encounters occurred this fiscal year.
Wow. Do you know what the Biden decided to do today? Well, I'm gonna tell you what he decided to do. He decided to start rebuilding the wall down in South Texas. And when he decided to do that, well, guess what else he decided? He decided, well, I'm just gonna bypass 26 laws to build a border. I'm sorry, to build a wall down there at the border in South Texas. It seemed like anytime Biden or his administration wants to get something done, they don't have a problem with getting something done that they want to get done. But when it seems like stuff that need to get done that the people won't, well, that's another problem. But anyway, let's just look at this real quick, okay? Just real quick. We just gonna look at some of the things that Biden done, his administration done all by themselves. Just like when the time they decided on their own to shut down the U.S. oil, when they decided to deny the U.S. oil permits in the U.S., they decided to open the border. I said open the border and cause this whole mess, and also to give money to Ukraine. I said Ukraine, not the U.S. Ukraine, man. This is ridiculous. Now, I got a few more facts for you, and it's also in the report. Anyway, they had in this area 245,000 illegal crossings. I said illegal crossing. I ain't talking about people just going for a stroll and just happen to go over the border. No, they were illegal. Okay. Once again, and the man, Mr. Mayorkas, who was supposed to be in charge of the border, he actually said, okay, it is time that we need a border. We need a wall at the border to make the border more secure. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay, when we look at the numbers, this year it has been in this area 2.8 million migrant encounters. 2.8 million. And I want you to keep in mind, these people are here illegally. They ain't just people, even though they was invited, which this don't make no sense anyway. How can you invite people to your house, to your country illegally? Okay, Mr. President, that don't make any sense. Anyway, these people are here illegally. So I think it's a great idea that we at least try. I said try to build a wall, but it ain't gonna do no good until we shut down the border. I said shut down the border.
We take a look at what's happening at our southern border. It is an absolute disaster down.
Oh, say that again, Sam. Say it again, Sam. Mr. President, Mr. Mayorkas, did you hear what he said?
We take a look at what's happening at our southern border. It is an absolute disaster down there.
Extending the border wall contradicts President Biden's statements in 2020 when he promised that, quote, not another foot of wall would be built under him. Those on a local level are also struggling to deal with the influx of asylum seekers.
Now, since it appeared, I said it appeared that at any time the Biden administration feels like it, he can just wake up and just make up a rule whenever he feels like it, make up an executive order. So what he needs to do is make up an executive order to temporarily, I said temporarily, close the border until we get this mess straightened out. Because we need a plan, man. We need a plan.